Okay, well, welcome to the Node.js Community Security Working Group meeting for July 12th, 2018. We'll follow our standard agenda, starting with any announcements. Does anybody have any announcements to share this week?
No.
Okay, no announcements this week. Okay, so then looking at the issues, review memberships, so 302. I think that there is not likely too much to discuss. That's progressing, just checking into when it'll be 2 weeks from the second removal or reminder. Where is that? Oops. Okay, I'm just finding the right issue now. So it was, the last one went out 8 days ago. So I guess at this point, basically, we can close down and move people over who haven't responded. And I'll take a look at that and submit a PR to update the README to reflect that. Okay, the next issue is acknowledging the hackers. Let's see, I think Loran, did you want to cover that one?
Right, so one of the things we talked about is the website redesign and having some thanks page there, but I've been following that, but I think there hasn't been a lot of progress on it. Like that page is still going through some work, and like it's just another idea for them to support, I guess. So that's one thing. And what we started doing is actually we started collaborating on this kind of quarterly updates that we want to send out. This document that we want to publish every period of time, and in that one we did collect like a set of people we want to thank, and like what kind of like vulnerabilities we've been disclosing by some of these hackers. So we need to, I think, finalize the document and just get more traction on it, and then like publish it like we did with the other one. And the final piece of it, I think, that we also started doing is the tweets. With was that Zibi also involved in that one? I forgot who is that. Who was it again from the?
Yeah, Zibi is the one who sends out the tweets from the foundation account. So yeah.
Yeah, right. So we're also got that one covered. I mean, in terms of like we have that Excel set up, and I think I have set enough tweets to go out for the period of July and until up to August. So I think we just need to follow up on that, and there are different bug researchers mentioned, of course, in each of them. So I think with time we'll probably be able to, like in a month or so, or like 2 periods of that would be covering all of them. So that's something else that we're also doing.
Okay. Do we need to leave this on the agenda, do we think?
I think probably at this point we can probably like just remove it from the agenda. We've got some items that we're already following, the quarterly and the tweets. We should figure out like how to evangelize it more through the HQ, and I think we can iterate on that until we have some more action items to take. So for now, I'm taking it with GB, and I think that's already in progress, so nothing else to do from the agenda.
Okay, so I'll remove it from the agenda. Yeah, and if there's something that we need to talk about again, we can put it back on, but that's good. Yeah, good progress on that front for sure. Those were the 2 items we had on the agenda. Are there any other things people want to talk about this time?
We can talk about the blazing news with the ESLint issue.
ESLint scope.
I think that's really interesting because basically 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we discussed how we can integrate an API in Node Core in order to prevent exploitation exactly of these kind of things. So I think that's a good marker for us to move forward on that and to have this done by the end of the year, because people are expecting us to provide this kind of feature in the core.
Right. So that's the discussion around like additional ways to lock down what resources you can access or not, right?
Exactly. Like the use case would be, I'm starting a node process, but I'm preventing it from accessing any network core package. Of course, if you were using native modules, you could bypass that, but at the end of the day, I think that's already a good first step to prevent such exploitations.
Right. Yeah, you got to start somewhere. So that's.
Has signing modules ever been a subject of discussion here? Packages, signing packages. I mean, sorry.
I'm not sure we really discussed it, because we always wondered how that would integrate properly in the whole chain. But that could be a topic to be discussed. Yes, I don't remember the working group really discussing that.
I don't think we've gone into that in detail. No.
Yeah.
But we've been looking quite quickly at the web package ongoing work that includes some signing at module level, but we have never really followed up on that. Would you like to open an issue on that, Alex, and see how possible it is to do?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
I think so.
Yeah, Alex, I would start with checking. I think we need to get some contact with the NPM guys. We've had this question about like the NSP database at least once for NPM, like the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I remember also that I heard at least something about like the model signature things, like making it secure and like it's signed and like you know that it's the right model and all of that stuff. So I know that it's been happening, and I think Screen is also doing that. No, Vladimir?
Sorry, say that again.
Like signed models. This is some kind of feature that also Screen is doing, right?
No, not really. We mostly override methods into modules. So
I'm probably confusing Screen with someone else. But I do know that some companies are probably doing that.
Node.js has the certified module repository.
Oh, probably Node.js. Right.
But I'm not sure if those. I'm not sure if that. Actually, I haven't seen that includes signatures. I think it would include that the ones that are there they've looked at, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I think some part of that is being taken care of by NPM. I just don't really know what's the process on that. They obviously are kind of low staffed and probably on somewhere in the roadmap. So maybe good idea also to kick it off with them and just talk about it.
I'd certainly heard that they were working on some sort of module signing at some point.
Well, it seems like security is higher on the list these days at NPM. So.
Yep. Yeah. For me, I would agree with that. And I guess there's lots of different ways you can sign modules and stuff like that. So I'd be interested. Yeah, if we could catch up with them to find out what they're thinking of and understand how that helps in the different cases.
Yeah.
So the main issue is how do you safely check the signature? Because signing module is pretty much easy. How do you ensure that when you're checking the signature, you're checking against the right value and there's nothing that has been overridden in your node process when you check the signature? And I believe that's a non-trivial part, because we don't want developers to have to fetch by hand the signature, the hash value, because that would be a terrible experience.
I think Node already includes a number of certificate routes, right?
I think so, yeah.
If we can somehow piggyback on the trust chain that's used in the web, in the signature of the signing, that might mean you could at least, trace the provenance back to something that came in the runtime itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just make it slightly more difficult to put something in the repository because you're required to have the correct keys.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and I think so. Linux distributions also have this kind of capability, right? Like the key server where you go and check the packages and all of that. So there's probably some kind of work has been done in similar manner that we can look into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Alex, you're going to open an issue to get the discussion going on that front. Anything more we want to discuss that further now, or just wait till the issue?
Yeah, I think we should wait till the issue, put some names and communication around that.
Yep. Anything more on ESLint? That's sort of where we started with that and then got into the package signing. Anything more on ESLint that we want to?
I think there's not much to say until we know how they got breached. Because at one point there must be someone who has commit right or at least publish right on ESLint that got its NPM account breach. And maybe that's where we want to provide something to the ecosystem to, I don't know, like a best practice handbook or something like that. But we need to know exactly what happened if we want to provide something meaningful.
But is it currently only possible to push something to NPM with just credentials, or are there multiple ways? I mean,
as far as I know, you need a token, and any NPM token can allow you to push on behalf of the user whose token has been used.
Yeah, so the most likely attack vector here is somebody took the token or stole it.
Right. But most people have NPM tokens even in their CI because you deploy from your CI, or you can also generate NPM tokens to fetch private repositories. So I think they are scoped and you have deploys token. I'm not sure about that. But there might be something here that tokens have a lot of use cases.
The thing that surprised me a little bit is that I guess it creates a persistent token every time you log in anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So when I went
it's another token on the list.
When I listed my tokens, I was a bit surprised how many different ones there were and how old some of them were. Like some of them were like 2015.
Wow.
So it was like, okay, if I, maybe I should have known, but I was thinking that, I might have had from the last couple ones I've logged in, but not from quite that long ago. So yeah, I think you're right though, that understanding a bit better would help, help people know what to suggest. Although, something like just deleting your tokens periodically because they're automatically created for you might make sense on that.
Yes. Also, enabling 2FA, and you can enable 2FA to prevent publishing without using 2FA. So you've got two modes: 2FA only for logging in, so generating tokens, and 2FA for publishing and logging in. My main issue is that people use tokens to publish from CI, and having 2FA in that is probably a bit painful.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they have the two different levels, right?
Yes. And the question is there a way to enhance the trustability of the place from which you are pushing? Like, is it possible for me to... That might be something we have to discuss with Adam, but to say, by the way, I want to be only able to push from that IP addresses or that MAC address machine. and to whitelist who is allowed to push.
I think that is potentially possible because I think when I was looking at things, there was something about binding a token to a particular IP address. But yeah, like, so you're right. Some guidance on here are some things you can easily do on that front might make, and then publicizing them might actually help. So.
Yes, I feel that some things that should be done at least with NPM team. So Adam Baldwin will be at Node Summit in 2 weeks. So I'll try to have a IRL discussion with him on that topic.
Sounds good. Okay. So I guess any other topics? If not, we can call it a short meeting and everybody can get back to other things.
It doesn't seem to be any question from the... Oh, I think Tierney wants to participate on the GitHub chat.
Okay. Sorry, on which... So...
Not the GitHub, sorry, the YouTube chat.
YouTube chat, let me see.
Maybe I can send him the Zoom link and have him join.
Oh, there's some, okay.
Okay, he just wants to join the physical discussion with them.
Okay.
Okay, definitely happening.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a number of us can get together, have a chat then.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So I guess otherwise, we'll talk to you guys later.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.